7. So, I think this will, there will be a lot less, given that the changes are going to be visible in the India alliance, the capacity for the opposition to push back.
Tamil Nadu government has commissioned a report.
Yes.
With a retired Supreme Court judge and IAS officer and a university guy, which suggests what federalism center-state relations should be like.
Yes.
It's a terrific report,
yes.
Except that first they published it only in Tamil, 29 pages in English, and then they gave it to a private publisher, as if the Tamil Nadu government doesn't have money to publish the report.
You don't know how to use
If you care about federalism, spend the 800 rupees. If you care about federalism, spend the 800 rupees.
No, just use AI.
I want to. AI doesn't work.
No, I'm joking.
Mummies and daddies.
Tried it here. But 29 very good ideas, and I think those ideas have been debated, need to be debated.
Yes.
How do there's the question of language, there's the question of financial autonomy, there's the question of governors, there is the question of all, there's so many questions that are. For instance, how should GST voting take place? It is a report that, because I think every 60, 70, 80 years, I think a constitution needs to be looked at because times change and we need to be able to look at things.
I agree with you. I've actually looked at that report quite carefully. It's a very, very good report, and it's a very important starting point for a serious dialogue on federalism that frankly should come from the states.
And I tell you one thing, you don't need to read the 680 pages.
The recommendations.
Just the recommendation, good enough.
Yeah,
29 pages,
absolutely.
Very good.
But there's a lot of dialogue and debate that needs to be had. The question is, who is going to lead that in a principled way and not a partisan way?
I was going to have a dialogue with one of the guys who's just lost the election in Tamil Nadu.
So, but I think it raises that to Nidhi, to your question about what does this do to national politics. This is precisely, we are at a very critical juncture when it comes to dynamics of federalism, particularly on the back of the fact that you have a complete divergence of economic growth across states, with the southern and western states growing at a significantly faster rate. Arvind Subramaniam and Devesh Kapoor say southern states have grown almost faster than China over the last 3 to 4 decades, while the northern and eastern states remain poor. There are many questions: sharing of taxes, equity in representation, the functions of the center, the movement of labor. I mean, the Finance Commission has introduced a sort of contribution to GDP as one of the measures of how we, in the formula for how we share taxes across states. It raises many questions about what do you define as contribution to GDP. After all, poorer states are sending labor to richer states. So there's many things that need to be debated. These debates need to be wrested away from partisan concerns and seriously be had. If we end up in this double engine kind of reality, I think it is for regional parties. They've not gone away. They still play an important role. They still hold on to a significant percentage of vote share. They need to sort of start and push this conversation, and it has to be a mobilization from the bottom up.
That's what Tamil Nadu government.
Yeah.